Hello, everybody. A Merry Christmas to all. Welcome back to the Tony C's Morning Show. I'm Tony T with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, giving out live replays for today's card. And on today's show, I'll have picks for you here from NFL. We've got 3 games on Christmas, all on the streaming platforms today. So you'll have to be a subscriber to either Prime or to Netflix. So that's what we have today in the NFL. Well, over regular television will be 5 games from the NBA. That is your Christmas lineup. 8 games on the professional side, which you guys appreciate. If you guys right away would give us that thumbs up, we greatly appreciate it. It really helps us build up our audience when you do that. And of course, let's say hello to Rod, and we'll get right to the picks as we don't mess around here on the Tony Six Morning Show. Rod, what's happening?
It's what's Tony. It's Merry Christmas. It's white outside. It's cold. It's that time of year. So hey, Jolly Fat Guy was half decent to me. Can't complain about that. What a game we got to see on the Hawaii Bowl. Can't complain. It was a pretty good one. I thought it was going to be a runaway early. It looked like Cal was going to run away with it. And then Hawaii just kept chipping away, and tied her up. And then we did a little back and forth. You're going to win it. I'm going to win it. You're going to win it. I'm going to win it. I did not see that coming, that pass. I thought they were going to just another little short pass down the field, 5-6 yards, especially with the backup in there. But shout out that guy coming from, guess where he came from, the backup? Quebec. Montreal nice. Player was nice. The backup there for Hawaii who came in and threw the bomb. And hey, away it went. Yeah, California did. Like, what the heck was that? Craziness. Even they weren't ready for that. Let's chuck it to the end zone. They won't be ready for it. And give it to Jimmy Chang to make that call, because that's a tough call when you're in field goal range. You've got a good kicker, and you decide that you're like, you know what? Forget it. Let's just go for it. And they went for it, and the guy made a great pass. Great catch. Hawaii wins the Hawaii Bowl. That's good games here. I'm excited. So.
Yeah, it was good game. Timmy Chang knows college football. You don't rely on kickers in college.
It was a battle of two guys that grew up together. Right? Because you got to think the QB on Cal grew up in Hawaii, and the guy on Hawaii grew up together. So they grew up together, battling each other. So it ended a little bit of fisticuffs at the end of the game when there was a little scrappy, got a little chippy, but little chippy, because a lot of those guys definitely know each other well. There was a bunch of players on Cal that grew up in Hawaii. So, hey, it is what it is. Merry Christmas to everybody. Looking forward to today's action. I know it is what it is. I even heard an ESPN thing talking about, we're going to show you this first game, and then if you sign up for ESPN Plus and you sign up for this, we'll throw in the other games, the other NBA games as a bonus. And I was like, what? What is that going on?
Yeah. It's just today. It's the streaming networks out here in the U.S. for the football, but ABC, ESPN here for the although I will say ESPN Plus is a good feature to have because you get a lot of these out of mid-major conferences that they show, especially in college basketball. There's a ton of games they show on ESPN Plus. So that's where I find, and also the NHL out here in the U.S., a lot of the NHL games are also on ESPN Plus. So I think it's a good value. CFL. Canadian football's in there. And if you're into tennis, you get every game, not just every game as well from every court. So there's some value to that. I think that was, although it did go up a little bit. I think it was I think it's almost $20 a month now. Maybe less than that. I think I pay about $100 a year now. I can't complain too much. I think it's a great value. The ESPN
That's
Plus,
a good deal.
College football as well too, because you get a lot of the games that a lot of the mid majors that don't have TV contracts, or they get 1 or 2 of their conference games on TV, and the rest of them are thrown on ESPN Plus. So I have to say it's a pretty good value there if you can get it. But there, and of course Peacock's another one out there. But yeah, it's the streaming out there today. So people complain, well, they're going up against the NFL, NBA. Not really, because the NFL is not over commercial television today. So we'll see how it rolls there. But anyway, we'll get to the games.
Let's hope it doesn't crash, because I heard last time they did this, Netflix crashed. It couldn't handle the load of people watching all at once. So not just the one that we're not that you don't get thrown out of the football game trying to tune in on Netflix. So
you get the little circles, right? The little circles. You get
that. Wait for it to load. Come on.
Oh my goodness. We'll see how that rolls there with the Netflix, and actually Amazon Prime I think has Netflix has the first 2, then Amazon Prime has the last game. They've shown they were Thursday night games, so they've shown to be able to do it, but the audience might boost. Maybe if it was a more meaningful game, we might have that situation, but we'll see how it rolls here. We'll start NFL here. 2 playoff eliminated game teams here, Cowboys, Commanders. Boy, this Dallas game has gone up to 8.5. I'm seeing 9.5. I'm seeing 10. Do your line shopping there. Total 50.5. Lions and Vikings. This one here has the Lions here 7.5 on the road. Total 43.5. And then your late night game tonight here will be Broncos and Chiefs. Your Thursday night game, Denver 13.5. There's 4 teams in places circa. The total 36.5. The game's outdoors here. 2 outdoors. Dallas and Washington. We're looking at 52 degrees, 8-mile-per-hour wind there, no precipitation there. In the KC game, 61 degrees, 7-mile-per-hour wind, no precipitation. So pretty good weather here for the games on Christmas Day. We're not going to see any snow, no rain. Of course, the Minnesota game in the Dome. We go over to Rob.
Hey, look at these 3 NFL games. Hey, kick off the day. The first one, looking at Dallas, Washington. I like the over here. It was, 48.5. It opened up to 50 now in most places. I think we see some offense. I don't think a whole lot of defense is going to be played in this matchup. They say one of those meaningless games. Nah, this is a divisional game. It's still got some meaning. So, hey, we still whooped your last game type of thing. These 2 teams will definitely get up for this game. I like the over 50 in that one. I think we see plenty of offense. You're also looking at today, I believe it's only Debo who's trying to catch the bag, as they say. He's 4 receptions away from making another 450,000. So that's huge. I think Debo gets that. So kind of looking at Debo to have himself a big day. Maybe throw Debo in as anytime touchdown as well, because he'll definitely get targeted a little more so that he can get that little bonus. There's a few more on the weekend that we'll get to later on in the weekend, but that's what we got for now. Debo. So I like the over there. The other one we're looking at, I like the over in Denver and Kansas City. That thing's dropped like a rock, and I think dropped down to 36.5. It's just too light now. I think you can easily sneak over that. All it's going to take is a long run, a pick six, or even a fumble, scoop and score type of thing, and you're going way over that 36.5. I guess they're expecting Kansas City to score nothing. The Broncos need this win to continue to stay alive. Bigger game is next week for the Broncos. Looking ahead, if you look ahead to for the Broncos going forward, so they're just looking for a win. Kansas City, I don't know. Like I said earlier this week, they looking kind of happy in a spot that they've never been. I think they kind of get up for this game. So and play some half decent football. It's like you're home. It's Christmas. Why not get up for this game? I know you're not having the same drive to make the playoffs that you normally do, but hey, I think you want to treat the hometown crowd to a good game. Give me the over 36.5 there in that matchup. Couple I like in those 2 games.
Yeah, from Rod. I think about first off, the quarterbacks are the big news here for these games. And this Cowboy game, we're going to look at a third string Josh Johnson as starter, but he's been around the league for a long time. He has starting experience. About Mariota was ruled out yesterday afternoon, so it looks like Josh Johnson will get the start. One note with Dallas is pretty much Dak Prescott and he has healthy playmakers there. To me, it's a no play. He had 7 yesterday. Now it's 8.5, 10. So for me, it's a stay away there. Minnesota's also going with a third string / 4th string quarterback here for Minnesota and Max Brosmer. So we saw what happened there. This is kind of a living versus the dead situation here. Detroit does have some life. Green Bay has to lose out. Lions have to win out to make the playoffs. Well, the Packers have the Ravens, which is not an easy game whatsoever there. So it could come down to the final week of the season for the Packers to clinch playoffs. We'll see how that rolls here. But as long as there's life with Detroit, I'll look at him. I don't trust Max Brosmer here. I didn't like the way he looked. 4 interceptions, 4.7 yards per pass attempt. Minnesota has been eliminated from the playoffs. And one thing to remember, going into training camp, Brosmer was not the 3rd string. He was the 4th string. And only reason he got on the practice squad is because, remember, the Minnesota traded Sam Howell to the Eagles. If that didn't happen, Brosmer would not have made the roster. Sam Howell would have been the practice squad quarterback. So the only reason he got in the practice squad is because of the Sam Howell trade to the Eagles. And boy, the Vikings defense, I didn't like the way they looked against the Cowboys, giving up 285 yards a couple of weeks ago. I'll take the living over the dead, like Detroit there in that spot to cover. Again, Broncos and Chiefs, again, another third stringer going in. Chris Oladokun from, I believe he's from one of the Dakota states here. What's he from? South Dakota State, I believe, kind of a running style quarterback. We know Casey's eliminated. Denver has to win out to win the division and to get that first seed there. Oladukun's numbers were okay last week. And also, too, just make note here, Denver has played down to the competition. Remember, they did not cover. They faced the Raiders twice, didn't cover one of those games. They did not cover against the hapless Raiders. They couldn't cover against the Commanders. They couldn't cover against the Giants. They couldn't cover against the Jets. I know the Broncos coming off a loss, but you look against the division, they're averaging 19 points a game and 5.2 yards per pass attempt. Chiefs the Chiefs defense the past month allowing just 3.8 yards per rush. I look for a divisional battle here. I would look to the Chiefs here plus the points just to keep it close here. Oladukun's numbers were okay, as I said, and the fact it was an embarrassing loss. Now you're at home in front of your crowd. I think you'll get a little better performance here from KC coming off that embarrassing loss. They've got a little bit of pride there with Andy Reid there. So in a standalone game like this, I could see Chiefs giving a little bit of a fight here. Again, Broncos, playing down to competition. I'll look at the plus the points. All right, let's continue here on the Tony X Morning Show. As we move over to the NBA, we've got 5-game slate. Let's keep an eye on this injury report before we get to the games here. Some competitive games. I guess it's 5 games, so we can knock them out in the block here today here. All on ABC today, so you don't need any streaming service out here in the U.S. for these games. ABC, and of course, they're going to simulcast them on ESPN. Cavaliers and Knicks. We got the Knicks 5.5, total 240.5. Spurs and Thunder again. There's some bad blood brewing here. Thunder 10, in some spots 10.5 as well, total 234. Mavericks and Warriors. Golden State 8.5, total 229. Rockets and the Lakers. Rockets 2.5 here on the road, total 232. Timberwolves and the Nuggets. We've seen this one come down. We saw 3s, 2.5s. It's now Denver 1.5, 2, total 239.5. I kind of understand that because you look at the schedules. Timberwolves haven't played a back-to-back since November, and Denver's had kind of a rough schedule hitting Christmas Eve. Look at the injury reports here. Cleveland and the Knicks here. We got Nance and Strus out for Cleveland. Mobley questionable. For the Knicks, no McBride, no Shamet. They've been out for a while. No Yabusele is questionable. Spurs and OKC. Look at this. Spurs again. Another clean injury report. And, of course, on the OKC side, no Dang, no Mitchell, no Topic. The bad Jalen Williams are all out of this one. Mavericks and the Warriors. We got here Irving out here for Dallas. He's always going to show up on the report. They haven't listed him out for the year yet. PJ is questionable. And then Christie, Powell, and Thompson and Williams are all probable. For Golden State, no Cryer, no Seth Curry out. Horford is probable. It's the Rockets and Lakers. We've got, of course, Van Fleet still showing out. Tate Sengun. Sengun is questionable. Finney Smith is questionable. Sengun hits the injury report. Let's see what's going on there. I didn't see that yesterday. Sengun questionable here due to left calf tightness. That's what you got to worry about here. Calf tight. Anything calf you got to worry about because they always believe that's a prelude to a torn Achilles. So keep an eye with Sengun. He's a monster player here in this game. For the Lakers, no Vincent. Hayes, Luka now has been downgraded to questionable. He was probable last night. So he's questionable. Luka Hakamura here is probable. Let's take a look what's going on with Luka here because he's been downgraded from yesterday. With that leg situation, he's officially questionable, suffered a leg contusion in the Saturday game. He missed Tuesday. And a previous report from Sham indicated that Luka was likely to play on Christmas Day. But now, as we said, we've seen the downgrade from probable to questionable. So keep an eye there on that one. That's the couple of big news here. Two key injuries here. Sengun hitting the injury report and Luka downgrade. So keep an eye on that one. The late night game, Timberwolves and Denver. McDaniels is questionable on the Denver side. We still have no Gordon, no Braun, but you can add Johnson to that list. Cameron Johnson out, Bates out there. And we move over to Rod.
Yeah, looking at a couple spots here in the NBA today. First one I'm looking at, give me the under. San Antonio and OKC, 234, too many points. I don't see this being a run and gun type game. Both these teams can slow it down, slow the pace, play some defense, and get us under this 234. Love the under there. Another one I'm looking at is looking at that Houston and Lakers game. I like the over here, 232. It's too light. I think we cruise into the 240s in this matchup between these two squads. You look what the Lakers have done at home in all their home games this season. 11-0 to the over at home this season. And you look at those games, what have they been averaging? 243 is the average scoring in those 11 home games this season for the Lakers. So I got to grab the over and the Lakers and Houston in that one to continue the home streak. And then looking at Minnesota taking on the Nuggets, I'm going to take the under here. This thing was what, 230, 229? Now it's up to 239.5. And I think that's just gone way too far now. I like the under there in that one. I think we cruise into the maybe 220s at best. You're dealing with a couple guys that maybe in and out, but some teams that can play some defense. I don't see that being run and gun. Give me the under 239 Timberwolves and Nuggets.
There we go with Rod here. Tell you what I think about some of these games here. I'm going to go Cleveland here in this spot. In this one here, I think it's too many points. We haven't seen Cleveland at this big of a dog. They've been always laying points, right? They were a dog for about 1.5 in some games. But the last time we saw Cleveland getting more than 5 was against Miami. They were a 5-point dog on November 10th, and they covered that game. But, yeah, we know Cleveland can't cover games, but they've been favored in all those games, right? So now we're giving them 5 points here. New York has missed a cover in 4 straight since that Vegas. They've been hit with tough scheduling after Vegas. So again, based on scheduling, I think I'm going to look at Cleveland in this spot. New York in the past 2 weeks, allowing 37% from 3. And again, we're seeing that Cleveland as a big dog. No, I'm going to take them here plus the 5.5. They're not laying 10. They're not laying 9 like we've been seeing this team lay back then. So I can only look at that spot here. Boy, it's hard to not want to take those points with San Antonio, especially when you got a healthy San Antonio. You know you're going to get OKC's best here because they're pissed off. They're talking a lot of smack here. But OKC 14-0 at home with a plus 19 net rating, but the Spurs have covered 5 of 7 behind their really good defense. OKC has missed a cover in 3 of 5 with shooting issues there. But, man, the defense for the Spurs has been rock solid over the past 2 weeks, giving up 45% shooting, 31% from 3. I could look for the Spurs to get just under that number there, no doubt about that one. Mavericks and the Golden State Warriors. I'm going to go over in that game. We've seen Dallas have been able to shoot the ball a little bit over the past 2 weeks, hitting 50% shooting, but they're getting up 123 points a game. Golden State over this period hitting 47% and put up 118 points a game. I look for an over in that one. Rockets Lakers, I got to stay away from that one. I would lean Lakers with Luka, but no Luka, there's no way I can even get near the Lakers. We saw what they look like without Luka in the lineup, so it's a stay away from me. The one I like, I do agree with this Timberwolves move. I like Minnesota in this spot. When I saw that Knicks, when I saw Denver play there in their final game before on the 23rd against Dallas, that 131-130 road defeat, they had just finished playing it back-to-back. It was their third game in 4 nights. They looked absolutely dead tired after that game. To me, I just think there may be the fatigue coming in. I do agree with this move. I do believe it's based on the scheduling because, as I said, Minnesota has not played a back-to-back since November 30th. So I think they're going to have rest here. Of course, it is a day off for obviously on Christmas Eve, but the Knicks were, as I said, the Nuggets were on a back-to-back, played third game in 4 days. And it was a 1-game trip to Dallas. So they've traveled a lot here of late. And I just think, again, after the look at what the players look like coming off the court and that loss to Dallas, to me, they look like they were fatigued and tired, dead tired. Because that 131-130 road game, that came on a back end of a back-to-back and third game in 4 nights. I think you need more than 1 day of rest to get over that. So I think I'm going to go. I agree with the move from 3 to 2.5 to 2. So I agree with the Minnesota Timberwolves there in that side. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Sports Show as we got you through our sports coverage for today. So it's now time for our Parlay Purple segment where our Caps give it a parlay, team player prop, game of the future. First, I want to thank Nate for his super chat. Appreciate that quite a bit there, Nate 100. We'll start with Rod here on the Parlay Purple segment.
And I'm guessing Nate there, shout out to Nate. Who does he want to start as fantasy QB is what he's, I'm guessing that is. I'm guessing that's Purdy or Trevor Lawrence. T-Law, I'm guessing that's who he's talking about. I would play Trevor Lawrence this week. He's going against the Colts defense that we've seen what this Colts defense has done over the last couple of weeks, and they've given up long drives, lots of points. What they give up, 40-something to the 49ers? I'm telling you, I would take Trevor Lawrence. This is a big game for the Jags as well. Purdy. He's going against the Bears defense. It's a little bit tighter, a little bit tougher. I would take Trevor Lawrence on that there on your fantasy player there, QB. I would start Trevor Lawrence this week. I think he's going to get you a lot more points than what Purdy's going to get you this week against the Bears. But parlay, let's go. Let's mix it up here. We're going to take the over in the Kansas City game, and then we're going to take the under Minnesota and Denver, and then throw in the Lakers over as well. So little 3-teamer for you. Mixed sport today.
There you go from Rod. Also note the Colts on a short week as well. So that's something that we look at is in that situation. Also probably getting more possessions here. I don't know how this Colts offense, if they can't sustain drive here against the Niners in that one. I would definitely look at that route, no doubt. I'm going to look here with the give me the Chiefs plus the points, with the Cavaliers here plus the points, and then give me the over in the Mavericks and the Warriors. All right, we got you through our parlay purple segment. Now it's time to see what we have for sale over at Tony's Picks. Heading into a big weekend of action with, of course, today, and of course, then we got college football. Looks like college basketball comes back in a couple of days here for you. And of course, bowl games going to be galore here on the 26th. So, guys, when you click the link in the description, that'll take it over our site over at Tony's Picks. Link in the description for you to get there. Rod's having a great year here over in college basketball for this season, for this year as well. So, Rod, what do you have for sale over at the site?
And over at the Tony's Picks today, hey, I've got a 3-pack in the NBA for you, so you can scoop up that 3-pack. In that 3-pack is my 10-star or 10 my gold star play of the day in the NBA. Play I love the most in the NBA action. You can scoop that up singly, or as I said, that's in the Christmas slam dunk triple in the NBA, and then I've thrown one play up there in the NFL as well. So my best bet in the NFL action, my gold star pick of the day in the NFL. So I've got 2 picks of the day, one in the NBA, one in the NFL, or you can grab that NBA 3-pack. Absolutely love that. Or, hey, it's that time of year. We got so much sports rolling. Grab a week pass. You can grab that month pass. Month pass to get you all the way into the end of January, which is a bunch of playoff NFL. We got NBA. NHL's back on Saturday as well. And as Tony alluded to, college basketball, well, you know what January is. It's conference play. So that month pass, I'm telling you, will do you well and serve you well as we head into the new year of 2026. So take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper promotion as well. Pair me and Tony up, and let's finish off 2025 strong and head into 2026 and crush the books again in 2026. So jump aboard, everybody. Don't forget Tony T at checkout. Save 15% off.
That's right, guys. Got with Rod over at Tony's Picks. See the great results here from Rod here. That's based on $100 unit wager size. He's ready to go here with his plays. Long-term subscriptions, of course, includes always our late steam and all props included in all long-term subscriptions. Of course, late steams, our member plays are in by 11 a.m. Eastern time, but we continue to handicap throughout the day and night, looking for those late plays. They get in the system, and for now, they'll get emailed to you. We're working on getting those SMS, those late steams SMS to you, but for now, they're going to get emailed to you, and at some point, we're working on getting the SMS going, so you guys can get them right to your phones like you've told us. You want those plays immediately on SMS to you, but we'll get them to you. We're working on that. Long-term subscriptions, a way to go here. Get on board with Rod. As Rod said, the 2-for-1 cap promotion, just hit here and match Rod up with your favorite capper and get signed up. All right, over on the site today, I got a best bet here for you from NBA as well as college. As well as the NFL coming off a winner yesterday. That's a couple of days, but really profitable for me here. So get on board and match me up with Rod here with the 2-for-1 capper promotion. All right, with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. We greatly appreciate that. Of course, we got a lot of great shows here on the channel. When you head on over to our YouTube, type in Tony's Picks, and you'll be able to find our YouTube channel loaded with lots of great content over on the channel here. Of course, you land right on our home YouTube channel. You'll be able to check out my compilation videos. We got props. Chris coming in with his NFL prop is up already. So check that out as well there. So that's up on the channel. NFL picks up there for you as well. We got the college football up for you on our playlist, NBA playlist, ready to roll here as well. So lots of great content here over on the Tony Morning Show. You'll start to populate even more as we get into tomorrow's with more games tomorrow. Of course, Chris just got his NFL prop video up there. So you'll check that out as well for today's action. So that will get up. I got to go set up this playlist for that one. Shorts as well. We got them. Whether you are on a landscape or on a vertical, we got your videos for you in both formats. So a lot of great content there. As you search, you'll find that here on the channel. And of course, our live shows. Of course, we got the morning show. when hockey resumes, we'll have the Daily Dangle for you, which is Rod's Hockey Show, happy hour, Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern time. We also have the Look Ahead Show with Alessandro, Night Moves with Ramon at 3 a.m. Eastern time. Of course, Rod, you're very active here on the channel with these live shows here. Daily Dangle coming back once hockey returns. And, of course, happy hour when there's a little bit more on the card.
Yeah, definitely hot. Happy hour will return on Monday. Daily Dangle will be back on Saturday. Loaded NHL card to kick it off on the Saturday. Smaller slate tomorrow. So it's really tough to do anything. And a lot of it's early tomorrow. So we got a bunch of early action. So tough to throw in a happy hour. There's only a couple. So, yeah, don't take the Sharks. I think they're going to start to see some regression. They had a good first half of the year, but I think they go the other way. I think you got to start fading the Sharks. Going to the side. That's not a bad play to whatever. But definitely tune in. We'll have the Daily Dangle going forward. They'll be back on Saturday when the NHL returns, and we got you covered there. And then Monday we return for the happy hour show for the late info there. So tune into those. Those will be regularly returning very shortly for you. So tune in. We appreciate everybody that joins us there on those shows.
That's right, guys. 5 live shows for you guys. Hit that subscribe button. Also, make note, we get a lot of views on the podcast. All of our shows, all of our active podcast live shows are in podcast format. So if you prefer the podcast format, you'll find all of our shows. Just type the title of the shows into your favorite podcast platform like Apple, iTunes, Spotify, whatever podcast format you use, Google Play. You'll be able to listen to the podcast. I know they do very well. I mean, thousands of views when I look at the numbers. Incredible how much you guys use the podcast to get our picks. Because we kind of loaded up with a lot of content, so we get very good traction there on the podcast directories because we are knocking out, loading tons of plays for you guys. So check it out there, and of course you can just type in your favorite playlist. Like if you're looking for the Daily Dangle podcast, just type Daily Dangle, and that'll come up on Spotify and all your favorite podcast directories because we've just created podcasts for all of our shows like Happy Hour, Daily Dangle. You don't want to miss a show. It's easier for you to follow on a podcast if you're working out or if you're just that kind of guy that just prefer to listen. Because I know many of you do because I see the podcast numbers are incredible. So check it out. Night Moves, the morning show, our compilation videos. Just type Tony's Picks. Everything's in that one Tony's Picks channel, but some of you guys just would rather format it by playlist. Well, just check out our playlist and get all these active playlists here in podcast format. So guys, check it out there. Tony's Picks, YouTube and podcasting now on all of our playlists there. All right, guys, appreciate everyone's contributions today here in the chat. We'll be back again tomorrow. A little more on the board tomorrow. The bowl games come back again, and of course, we'll be ready to roll here with the big card for you there. Bears have second running offense there. Shout out there to Purdy. Yep, we see that. But going up against a tough defense. Shout out Cal Dog. Appreciate the card from Cal Dog. And then we got the 49ers. Look the over there. What do we have here as well from Kevin? Blackhawks. Don't take the Sharks. All right. from his Ted there. All right. Well, back again tomorrow live here at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Before we close out, Rod, anything to say before we close it out?
Hey, enjoy your day, everybody. Have a good day with family. Enjoy your Christmas meal if that's what you're having this time of year. Hey, whatever you do to celebrate this time of year, enjoy the holidays. Enjoy with family. Hug a neighbor, hug a friend. Hey, enjoy your day. It's one of those days to enjoy it and spend it with family. If you can get outdoors because it's nice to enjoy a little toboggan, a little bit of sledding. It's 40 today right now is the temperature, so that's not bad. That's reasonable for me. I can get along with 40. That's not so bad at all. It's that's a doable temperature for me. That's nice. Just put a few on, some gloves, and enjoy it. So definitely Merry Christmas to everybody. Look forward to the new year coming. Hopefully everybody has prosperous because it's not going to be long. 2025 just about done. Can't believe the year's gone already, but hey, it is what it is. Shout out to everybody that joins us here. So have a Merry Christmas, everybody.
Appreciate everybody in the chat, all our cappers as well. Merry Christmas to everybody. New Year will be coming. Looking forward to that. So going to wait goodbye, guys. You guys make it a winning one. Merry Christmas to all. We're back tomorrow here on the Tony Six Morning Show.